April 13th, 2024. The Strait of Hormuz wakes to a golden sunrise, but aboard the MSC Ares, routine shatters in seconds. A helicopter appears overhead, unmarked, menacing. Ropes drop. Masked commandos from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy descend onto the deck. The crew, mostly Filipino, is caught off guard. Shouts erupt. Fear takes over. The commandos storm the bridge, weapons drawn, seizing control. Communications are cut. The crew is rounded up, now prisoners on their own ship. The MSC Ares, flying a Portuguese flag but linked to an Israeli company, is suddenly a pawn in a geopolitical standoff. For the seafarers, politics don't matter. Survival does. The ship is forced off course, heading toward Iranian waters. The commando's presence is constant, intimidating. The crew's thoughts race. Will we be harmed? Will we see our families again? The vast sea feels like a cage. The world is unaware. The men are alone, adrift in fear. The Strait of Hormuz, once peaceful, now lives up to its dangerous reputation. The routine voyage has become a hostage crisis. The seafarers comply, minds clouded with uncertainty. Their fate is in the hands of their captors. The ship's journey is no longer its own. The silence on board is heavy, broken only by the footsteps of armed men. The crew's only hope, that someone, somewhere, is watching. The morning's calm is gone, replaced by a nightmare at sea. The MSC Ares disappears into hostile waters. The world's attention is about to turn to the Strait of Hormuz. In the Philippines, families wait for messages that never come. Domingo's wife grows anxious. Her husband always checks in, but now silence. News breaks. A ship seized by Iran. The name, MSC Ares, hits home. Fear takes over. Is Domingo safe? Is he hurt? Families piece together scraps from news reports, their imaginations filling the gaps. Homes become waiting rooms of anguish. Children ask, "Where is Dad?" No answer is enough. Domingo's wife reaches out to agencies, desperate for updates. Families form support networks, united by fear and hope. The trauma is deep. Powerlessness, anxiety, endless waiting. The hidden cost of seafaring life is laid bare. Long separations, constant worry, and now the terror of state-sponsored piracy. For Domingo's family, life narrows to one question: when will he come home? The days blur, waiting, watching, praying. The ordeal exposes the personal toll of global conflict. Every phone call is a mix of hope and dread. The silence is its own kind of torture. The world's oceans have never felt so far from home. The Philippine government moves fast. 4 Filipinos are among the captured crew. The Department of Foreign Affairs demands their release, calling on Iran to act. Diplomatic channels open. The embassy in Tehran seeks access to the crew. President Marcos Jr. assures the nation every effort is being made. The Department of Migrant Workers contacts families, offering updates and support. The government's approach pressure. Iran, comfort families. The incident exposes the vulnerability of Filipino seafarers, backbone of global shipping, but on the front lines of danger. The response is swift, but the limits of a single nation are clear. The need for stronger international protection is urgent. Manila's plea is for all seafarers, not just its own. The fate of the MSC Ares crew becomes a test of global cooperation. The world is watching how this crisis unfolds. The stakes are higher than one ship. They're about the safety of all who sail. The MSC Ares seizure is part of Iran's broader strategy, using its navy to control vital waterways. The Strait of Hormuz is a choke point for global oil. Iran's grip is leverage. Iran backs the Houthi rebels in Yemen, fueling attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. The Houthis disrupt trade, pressure Israel and the West, and serve Iran's interests. Both IRGC and Houthis use similar tactics: helicopter boardings, missiles, drones. Crews from around the world, including Filipinos, are caught in the crossfire. This is state-backed piracy, weaponizing trade routes for political gain. The result instability from the Red Sea to the Gulf and innocent lives at risk. The MSC Ares is just one chapter in a dangerous maritime shadow war. The world responds, swift, unified condemnation. Israel calls the seizure piracy, urging sanctions and action against Iran. The US demands the crew's release, calling it a violation of international law. The UK joins, warning that freedom of navigation is under threat. Major powers frame the incident as an attack on global maritime order. The message such actions won't be tolerated. This isn't just rhetoric, it's a defense of the laws that keep the seas open. Iran's move challenges the foundations of maritime governance. The world's reaction is a stand for the rule of law at sea. The pressure on Iran is mounting. At the heart of the crisis is UNCLOS, the law of the sea. It guarantees the right of transit passage through straits like Hormuz. Iran's armed seizure of the MSC Ares violates this core principle. The ship was in international waters, exercising its legal right. State-sponsored piracy blurs the line between law enforcement and aggression. If such violations go unchecked, the oceans risk becoming lawless. Upholding UNCLOS is about protecting global trade and seafarers' lives. Iran's actions threaten the entire system that keeps the seas open. The impact is global. The Strait of Hormuz and Red Sea are arteries of world trade. Attacks force ships to reroute thousands of miles, raising costs and delays. Fuel and insurance prices soar. Shipping capacity drops. Consumers pay more for everything: gas, electronics, food. Delays disrupt manufacturing and threaten developing nations' access to essentials. The MSC Ares seizure amplifies fears. If both choke points are unsafe, economic chaos looms. Inflation, supply chain breakdowns, and slowdown threaten the world economy. The human cost is high. Seafarers face danger, stress, and trauma. Civilians are treated as combatants, their lives at risk. Inaction sends a chilling message. Essential workers are expendable. The cost is measured in dollars and in human lives. The world cannot afford to ignore these threats. The stakes are global security and prosperity. Condemnation isn't enough. Action is needed. The world must raise the cost for Iran-targeted sanctions, IRGC designations, and stricter shipping protocols. Maritime security agencies should issue risk alerts and encourage enhanced crew training. A stronger international naval presence is essential. Coalitions must expand patrols and escorts. The mission deter attacks, protect ships, and respond to threats. Diplomatic pressure and intelligence sharing are key. Publicizing Iran's actions keeps the spotlight on accountability. The goal: restore the rule of law at sea. The world must act together to keep the oceans safe. After weeks of pressure, Iran releases the Filipino crew. Domingo returns home. Relief, joy, and tears greet him. He's safe, but changed. The trauma lingers. The reunion is a national relief, but healing will take time. The ordeal is a stark reminder. Behind every headline are real people and families. Thousands of Filipino seafarers still face danger at sea. Maritime justice means more than freeing hostages. It means preventing such crises. States must be held accountable and seafarers' safety prioritized. Domingo's story is a call to action for global maritime reform. The fight for justice is a fight for security and prosperity. The scars remain, but so does hope. The world must ensure no seafarer endures this again. The struggle for safe seas is far from over.